I hope everyone's okay. Welcome to the Manchester is Blue Show. We've got Dave, we've got Dan, we've got Pulpy. How we doing, boys? We okay?
Cracking.
All good, all good.
I hope you're feeling better than me at the moment. I've got more tissues here than a teenage boy's bedroom, so I'm really struggling at the minute. So I've got every kind of drug known to man here. But I hope everyone's all right. Is it a bit early for a bit of blue for the lads? It's only 6 o'clock, isn't it? I probably should have waited for that show.
Never too early for a bit of blue.
It's lovely to see you all. Last time I was talking. Do you know what, lads? It's not the last time I spoke to you guys. I'm sure City were top of the league. We're not doing too bad at the minute, are we? What a fantastic win that was against Chelsea. We should have done this show on Monday, but work and one thing or another, it's kind of dragged its heels a little bit. But I still want to take that passion from that win against Chelsea into tonight's show and talk a little bit about it. Dave, it's been ages since I spoke to you, mate. Tell me about your feelings of the Chelsea game. What do you think?
Very, very happy. I think we dominated the game. Chelsea had a couple of chances, but you expect that at that level, particularly against, the European champions. That is what it is. But I think we dominated. I think the big thing for me that came out of the game, and we've talked about him good and bad over the last few months, is Raheem Sterling. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And every player to a man was great, but Raheem Sterling really stood out for me. And it sounds like to me we've got over this hump of his relationship with Pep. That seems to be fine now. He's not kind of saying he wants to go to Barca or Real anymore. Maybe he's going to sign another contract. That he's back to the Raheem Sterling. Seems to be fine now. We knew he could be, and I'm delighted for him.
Yeah, he looked really sharp. He had shadows of his former brilliant world-beating shelf, didn't he? And he's still young. We say this every time we talk about Raheem. He's still young. He's still got plenty of years left in him. He's not exactly over the hill, is he? Well, what's your thoughts, Dan? How did you think the game went? And what do you think of Raheem as well?
All I can say is mind that gap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen bigger spaces than
Steady.
Yeah. No, it was a really good game. If you were looking at it from a neutral perspective, it's exactly what you'd expect from a Manchester City Chelsea game when they're fighting for the title. After that, now only one team's fighting for the title after those two, and it's us. It's a really good game, solid performance. Both teams had attacks, both teams good defence. But that Kevin De Bruyne, what a man that guy is.
It's a funny one, wasn't it, Brian? I'll come to you, Pulpy. I'll come into you. It was an absolute moment of world class quality to lift the stadium and to get the result. And what a goal! His leg seems to bend backwards in some weird contortionist way to get the spin on it and just go back. And I think we can all admit we're a little bit fortunate with the keeper taking a step to the right before diving to the left as well. I think that half a foot really helped with that. But you can't take that away from Kevin. He just came good at the right time, didn't he? And unfortunately, I don't want to talk about the Champions League game too much, but obviously he came off injured, and those moments of quality are needed by world class players.
Definitely got Tuchel's number now. Definitely know how to play against Chelsea. It's easy for us, isn't it? The way they play suits us down to the ground.
Yeah.
They allow us to sit with the ball all day, and we'll just do that and have one great chance and win. They don't even have shots on target anymore.
Yeah.
They've won, haven't they, in 2 games, you know what I mean? So it's a shame that it took losing in the final to develop the way to beat them, but we've done it twice in the league, and if we ever meet them again, we'll probably just be the same again. They know they can't affect us.
Why have they crumpled? Because they have crumpled in the last couple of months.
In fact, they've just been found out, that's all. They're very one-dimensional, aren't they? They only play a certain way, and some teams allow it, some teams don't. And the ones that they can't do anything with, they just can't beat. They can't score. They can't even get shots against some teams. So
the thing, going on from what Brian was saying there, we're beating them twice now. They didn't learn from the first game, and the commentators were saying that all through the match, playing out from the back. It's stupid. It's what City want. City want you to start off slow so we can press high up the pitch. That's how it goes. They kicked it forward 2, maybe 3 times up to Lukaku. Yes, Lukaku was shite that day, but they created more by doing that, and they didn't learn. I'm not complaining, we've won, but it's their own fault. They need they should have picked up on that. They should have played those long balls, and they would have had better chances. End of the day, we won. They're lost. If they're not prepared to learn how to beat the top teams, they're not going to win the title. So
honestly, I can't believe Lukaku. I had him for leading goal scorer this season. Even before he signed for Chelsea, I knew that the transfer was going to go through. I think the rumours are too much to not say so. But I'm really disappointed with him. I really rate Lukaku, but he's just, I don't know what it is. Has he got an attitude problem? Was there something into beforehand? Is there something there, Dave, that you can see that? Did we get away with one? We've not signed him because we put a bid in for it apparently.
Yeah, it's the same. Like my boy asks me about this all the time. The Belgian and the Dutch are very, very similar in nature. They'll never win anything, even though they've got incredible teams. The players have bad attitudes. You see in a World Cup, you will always see there's infighting in the Dutch camp. There's infighting in the Belgian camp. It's just something in their mental makeup that they have an attitude, and we've seen De Bruyne kind of kick off numerous occasions and be pulled away from refs and whatever else. There's just something in them. They can't help themselves. I agree with you, Tom. I think Lukaku's a great player. I'm kind of disappointed in a way that we didn't get him when I knew that we were maybe going to put an offer in for him. I'm glad we didn't in the end because of his attitude problems. But going back to what Dan said as well, not only did Tuchel not learn, I think more to the point, I think Pep learned. I don't think you'll see a performance like the Champions League where all of us kind of jumped on a drunken call afterwards. You're like so mad at those tactics. What I love about Pep so much is he learns. He's never going to do that again against Chelsea. And the two games, to Brian's point, that we've had with them since we got beaten, we've dominated them home and away.
It's funny, isn't it? Because that I don't want to talk about the Champions League. Let's just move on because it boils my piss something rotten every time I think about those tactics. But anyway, you can probably go back to the show we did after that game and hear a few expletives from all of us. Yeah. We'll move on. Cracking win, and it's just nice because it just kind of, we need those results. We need to grind those results through to win the league. And they were second in that position, so they're obviously, the league never lies. You are where you deserve to be. But they went into a run of form where they drew one, lost one, drew a couple, and obviously lost against City. So they're on a bit of a hide in there, weren't they, with coming into us, and obviously with the way we're playing at the moment. The question we've got now, Dan, you're you're Mr. Confident when it comes to City winning the title now. What could happen? What's the only thing that could stop City winning the league?
Us. Personally, a lot of people are throwing in the likes of Liverpool have got a game in hand, and if they win theirs, I think it drops down to 5 points to gap if they win their game against us and that game in hand. But the City has still got to lose, I'd say maximum 4 games for Liverpool to win it, because Liverpool will drop points. They are not the Liverpool that won the title. They are not the Liverpool that won the Champions League. There's just they're good. They're just not that Liverpool. And I personally can't put my finger on it because they've got near enough for full Shem scored by Salah and Mane currently. But they're the only challenges for me. Chelsea will continue to drop points. There's just no cohesion in that midfield. I mean, when we played them, we left out Mount. Mount's been probably one of their best players this season. It was a stupid decision to leave him out. So Tuchel's sort of cocking himself up. So it is just between us and Liverpool. If standards drop, Southampton's a big game to keep an eye out for that. If we let our hair down just a little bit and they come up to us and we drop points, that could be the start of a little bit of a performance drop, a little bit of confidence drop. But this season, the way every player's sort of stepping up the role, no matter who it is. Nobody's complaining. Nobody's out of touch. Nobody's out of line. Nobody's infighting. Walker was a bit off pace, but that was for personal reasons, and we dealt with that. We've still got players to come back. It's all in our hands. If we just continue to do what we're doing, stay professional, we'll walk the title easily.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because I'm looking at our next 4 games. We've got the Champions League on the 15th of September against Sporting away. But before that, we've got in the Premier League, we've got Southampton tomorrow, which we're going to talk about, Brentford and Norwich. 9 points there, as far as I'm concerned. If we're going to win the league, that's got to be 9 points, no question marks.
Yeah.
And then we've got Fulham in the FA Cup as well. So if we're not winning those 4 games, going straight into the Champions League game, you kind of say you don't deserve to win the league if you're not beating them 3 at the moment in time, particularly how they're doing it. And I look on the other side of the coin, and I'm looking at Liverpool's fixtures. They've got Palace on Sunday. Then they're playing FA Cup 4th round against Cardiff, which I think has been rescheduled. Then they play Leicester, Burnley, and then Inter.
Palace game, is that away for them?
It's away. Yeah.
Ooh. There's one of them.
They should win it. But was it not Palace that scuppered their chances 3-3 a couple of seasons ago when we won the league?
Oh yeah, we're not letting that one go.
We like that.
That was a fantastic night.
Suarez was crying at
That's
the end.
it, yeah. What a shame. Oh, what a shame. And then obviously Chelsea, Liverpool in the League Cup final, in the City Cup final. So those two have got to play each other again. So you're kind of thinking that their eyes might be on other things at the moment. So when's Firmino and Salah coming back for them? Do we have any idea when I suppose when they get knocked out, isn't it?
I think it's after the FA Cup game. I think there's only one more Premier League game in the back. Halifax mentioned it.
Yeah. So in reality, they've not got a full strength squad against Palace. So we could really do with Palace getting something out of that game, can't they, to give a bit more daylight for us.
They're not the mugs they are.
Yeah, no, that's true. And then afterwards they got Cardiff in the FA Cup, but I can see them making a couple of changes for that. Now it's an interesting one because I know Pep's said about Mahrez. Pulpy, have you seen this? Pep said about Mahrez that he's not going to start him straight away. He's going to give him a week off, or certainly a couple of training sessions off before they play him because he's on his way back. Have you seen anything about that?
I haven't actually. It's the first time I've heard of that.
I'm sure Pep said he's going to give him a week off after he lands back from Algeria to get some. I think it's something to do with like the time zones and things on those lines. Get his body back into.
And just to clarify, this is Ballon d'Or winner. Mahrez, correct?
That's
Tom
the one.
Young.
That's the one.
No wonder he's not come on.
Not heard from him since. I've not heard from him since then.
No.
No, he's gone underground.
Oh my word! I tell you what, if he goes away and wins the Ballon d'Or now, he's deserved it.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious! Absolutely hilarious. Tom Young, where are you? Let's be having you. Hilarious. Right. Okay. So let's move on. So we've got Southampton tomorrow. Dave was talking to Brian beforehand. If you go to our Twitter page, I've just tweeted out a certain goal in 1996, and here was Tom, little Tom, sat in the main stand, watching my hero beat four or five players, put the ball over. I can't remember the goalkeeper's name now. Southampton. What? Honestly,
that was Dave Besson.
Dave Besson. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I forgot about him. King Clancy's goal against Southampton. I tell you what, I am fully expecting Phil Foden to pull one out of the bag tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the day, lads. I think we're going to see Phil Foden from the halfway line. I've got a feeling it's happening. In fact, I might put some money on it. Massive game that actually. Southampton.
It's huge. Southampton have been playing very well.
Yes, they are. So
this is a huge game for us.
Where do we stand at the minute in the league then? Where are they in the league? So they're 12th in the league. So they're mid-table, 24 points, played 21 games, -8 goal difference. Interesting to hear about Pep talking about, is it Ward Prowse being the best free kick taker in the league? He loves bigging up an opposition player, doesn't he?
He does.
To be fair, Ward Prowse deserves the praise. What a free kick that was. I don't think I've seen a sweeter one yet. But he's... How he is still at Southampton is beyond me, considering they sell players like it's going out of fashion.
Is he from down there? Is he from there originally? I don't know. Yeah, so that's
it came through everything,
It must be his home team then. It must be a
So
Jack
this
Grealish
is another
scenario.
Matt Letizia, isn't it? Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the sound, what a player he was. What a player Letizia was. Crikey. So
They've had offers for Prowse before. I'm sure Spurs have tried to buy him a couple of times.
it's supposed to be ideal for him,
Yeah.
just down the coast for him. Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's right.
Pulpy, what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow, pal? 5:30 kickoff, isn't it? Bizarre kickoff time.
You mentioned before about these games and stuff like you'd expect to win, but off this season, these are the sort of games where I'd be worried about dropping points in these games because, especially the home games where you feel like it's an easy game for us to win, they're the ones where we've struggled a bit. And if we ever, we've been quite good in the last 2 months, but prior to that, we was a bit flaky. We've not put games away. a bit of form. So I'd be worried. The only complacency I would be worried of is if we went back to having that sort of one-off game where it's a bit ropey and we might lose, we might win. You know, right now, if we win these next 4 games, and especially in the league, we're pretty much home and dry. Considering that they've got to all play each other. Well, a lot of them teams have still got to play each other. We've got our big games are still left at home. You know, and the way we played in the last 2 months, I can't see us not winning 9 out of 10 games. So, like, this is just one of those games this weekend where whatever the score is, whatever the performance, just as long as it's a W in that column.
Yeah, it's true.
Me.
Pep came out, didn't he, and said from the quality that they've got, they're going to bring an incredible challenge to City tomorrow. Aki's back. I know Zinchenko's still out. Are we expected to put out a full strength, decent team tomorrow? I'm expecting messages from everyone tomorrow saying that's a decent lineup. That we've got to, haven't we? We can't not play the best.
Do we have a bad lineup at the minute?
Fair point. Well,
bad players coming in left, right, and centre. Ake's played mint for the 3 or 4 games that he's been in, and you know, Grealish and Foden have come back, and it's like they're hitting the ground running. They've had a couple of weeks out. You know, Sterling's hit the form. You know, Jesus just slots in wherever he needs to be played, and we've got a midfield 4 that probably one of the best midfield 4s we've ever had. Arguably, De Bruyne, Silva, Rodri, and Gundogan.
Bernardo Silva. Honestly, it's just
they're
so
all
easy.
They're all central midfielders, and they're all there. You know, they're all like playing out the skin at the minute.
So we're going to go for the false 9 again, aren't we? Are we thinking Phil up front, or are we thinking something a bit different?
I think he'll go with Foden down the middle. I think that's pretty much where he'll play for the most of the season now.
Okay.
He used just as a floor.
Do you know what? Do you know? I like what Pulpy's just said as well. We have got captains, literally captains, all over the field as well. And how many times in the past have we been able to see that? You know, we always look to Kompany as our leader, Zabaleta as well. You know, obviously, but how many teams or how many City teams have you seen in the past that have got 5, 6, 7 captains in the team? And that's what we have.
Yeah.
You've got Diaz, who is, you know, already just captain material. He's going to be our new Kompany. You've got Gundogan, you've got Fernandinho, you've got De Bruyne, you've got Sterling. It's incredible to me that you've got leaders.
Yeah. All these players. We might have had a few in the past where they're in the squad, but arguably you could say there is 5, 6 captains on the pitch at all times.
Yeah, let's not forget Grealish and Villa as well.
Senior
exactly. It's never happened to us before, and Pep's got to be commended for that. Like, he has brought a squad of players together. You know, you see the captain usually he wants to be the big I am, and that's it. You know, he's the leader. They don't seem to mind at City. They've got such a good team ethic that it's fine to have 5, 6, 7 captains all over the pitch. It's incredible.
I think, you know, adding on to that, Dave, like when we lost Vincent Kompany, it was hard to think, like, who's next in line for that captain? Who is the genuine replacement for Vincent Kompany as a captain? We all knew it would be Fernandinho, but it wouldn't last forever. And now you look at it, is a pick of 5 straight away you could have, and you wouldn't be disappointed with any of them.
Yeah, agreed.
Just looking at the games, is there no games next week?
FA Cup, innit?
Ah, of course it is. Yeah, so we've got a rest. We've got a rest there, haven't we? Well, that's half decent then. That the next game after Southampton's on the FA Cup. The 5th of Feb.
It's that winter break, innit? I'm sure it's the winter break that kicks in. That's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
You'll have 2 weeks out. 2 weeks of 3 weeks off. So that'll be why we've not got a game, but it will still be.
Apparently, a lot of teams are the ones that are catching up with fixtures. Apparently, some of them are going to be played in there. I think it's Burnley, Leeds, one of them's now being moved into the.
Burnley might have a game every week that week.
Yeah, I think they're one of the few teams that have still got about 5 games behind us, or something like that. But
have they really? Oh, that's gonna bite them on the arse, isn't it? That really is.
Yeah, Burnley have played 17 games and we played 22.
What?
So bang on, 5 games.
Some teams have played 23.
That's unbelievable.
I tell you what, if Burnley go on a run there, they're out the danger zone, aren't they? It's not happening. It's not happening. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because it's a shame looking at United in 7th, isn't it? Do you know, you just feel for them, don't you?
It's like a Man United lamp. Always look great in the middle of the table.
How long have you been thinking about that one?
Yeah, you can go
Gotta
now,
have a
Dan.
dig.
That's
Gotta have a
perfect.
dig in.
That's absolutely fantastic. What we're gonna do is in the next month we're gonna go back to our pre-season prediction show, and we're gonna have a listen to that, and we're gonna have a look at the predictions we made. And I tell you what, I am so off the mark. It's bonkers. There's a reason I don't gamble. I would be a very poor person if I gambled looking at my predictions for the start of this season. Bloody hell! I think I only put City top as the only one I got, but everyone else did as well. So you don't really get points. We're doing the scoreboard, aren't we? Remember we said we'd do it on a point system to see who got the most points. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning that, lads. I'm glad I didn't put any money in for it anyway. So come on then, let's have a think about our team for tomorrow. Then are we thinking? Tell me about the defence. Who are we thinking? We're thinking the usual Cancelo, Walker. Are we going to fill Laporte and Stones again? Are we going to stick Diaz in there? What do you think, lads?
Stones Diaz for me.
I think Diaz comes back in one of those spots. It has to, really.
Yeah, no, that's
It
easy.
wouldn't surprise me if you didn't know we played all right without him, and an extra week off is only going to help us towards the end of the season.
It's weird, that one, though, isn't it, Pulpy? You say at the beginning of the season, you think Chelsea versus Man City, you think Diaz is definitely going to start. Doesn't play him, but then he might start against Southampton. You would never have said that in two fixtures in a row. Diaz dropped for Chelsea and plays him for Southampton.
Yeah, like I say, any games they don't play now, energy in the bank, the legs, a couple of weeks off, for the mind and preparation, and just say, look, you're here, we need you, we'll use you, but now we're giving you a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Considering we've got that 2 week break coming up, it's only going to be better to rest them now and give them 2 or 3 weeks off.
Definitely.
And get everyone back. Yeah, get everyone back fully fit, ready to go, ready for the final assault.
It's not like
Exactly.
it's not like Aki, Stones, and Laporte don't deserve to play as well. They all do. All been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he's spot on. Who would you play in midfield tomorrow? You thinking 5-man midfield?
I mean, we all know Rodri starts every game now from now on to eternity. So it's whoever goes next to him. But I think I'd say De Bruyne and probably Gundogan. I'd say would start.
Yeah.
Just because, as a counteraction to Southampton's best sort of style play is a bit of a possession and some nice midfield passes with Ward-Prowse. Just smother them. We'll just have the ball 75%, 80% of the game, and good luck with the other time. So by doing that, we have our best 3 passes of the ball in small spaces, and that's not. I'm not saying that Silva Bernardo isn't that, but sure he could do with a week off or something. Maybe go on the wing if we need to. But
I'm pleasantly surprised about this mid break we've got. Really excites me a little bit. That I know it gives all the other teams a chance to recoup, but I need to stop thinking about the other teams. I need to brush them to one side and stop worrying about the Liverpools and the Chelseas. I just focus on City and getting straight stuck into it. But it's I think that the old City inside me, Dave, that's always worried. That's never going to lose, is it, Dave?
Yeah.
It's never going to go that.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. It's just one of those things that's inbuilt into me. I always look glass half empty when it comes to City. It's just the way it is.
We're going to move on. We've talked a bit about the squad. We've talked a bit about the game tomorrow. One last bit to talk to you about. Have you lads seen this new prospect, Argentinian lad at River Plate? Julian Alvarez. Dan, you're the other man with the stats. Have you heard of him before?
Yeah.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I've never heard of him. No.
I've shared a video on our Facebook page. By the way, on our Facebook page, we're giving away a chance to win a Kevin De Bruyne signed shirt. Get on there and have a look at it. But if you have a look at the 8-minute video I've just shared, my God, he looks good. Have a quick peek at him. So basically, the rumour mill's doing the overdrive that we signed him, and he's going to stay at River Plate till the end of the season, and then he'll come and join us in the summer with a view to being a junior and training up alongside the ranks. But he's a central striker, plays on the left, and he's right-footed. 21 years old. He looks absolutely dynamite. Some of the first touch shots, Sergio-esque.
Ooh, don't be hyping him up that.
Just no backlift, hits a ball, and my God, it stays hit. I've just watched the first couple of minutes of this video, and these are the highlights from the 2021-22 season. These are his highlights from this season, not his whole career. Have a quick peek and tell me I'm wrong. Current market value at 18 million quid. He's got a get out of jail free clause, which I can't remember what it is. But to give you an idea, in the league, granted it is the Argentinian league, 19 goals. This is in 33 games, 19 goals, 8 assists. Scoring left, right and centre in Copa de Liga and all sorts. So, he's certainly a lad that knows where the net is. If you get 2 minutes, jump on our Twitter page or our Facebook page, have a look at the 8-minute goals. And the assists. It's not just the goals, it's the assists as well. He's a player, lads. He's a player.
And this is basically a done deal, is it, Tom?
Listen. There's one or two usual suspects on Twitter that you trust their opinion of, and they're pretty much it's over the line. We've just not released the clause yet, but we've agreed the fee, we've agreed the get out of jail free clause, and we've agreed the fee with the player as well.
He'll come in the summer, sort of thing.
Yeah. So we'll sign him, keep him there till the end of the season, and he looks great. I just hope he's not another Kaiki where I get a little excited and don't play him.
Here's the thing, though, mate. If you're good at video editing, mate, you could make Susan Boyle look attractive. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't put too much into a highlight reel.
Nothing wrong with Susan. You leave Sue alone.
No, but I'm just saying, you can put lipstick on a pig, mate, but it's still a pig. But and what it comes down to is the two reservations I've got is if this kid he's 21, is he right?
Yeah, 21.
You'd have known about him by now if he was really that good. He'd have been he'd have been picked up years ago. If he was really that good, you know what I mean? If he was a top level player, not saying he can't bloom when he gets into his mid, 19, 20, 21, but it seems to me like it's more of a City Football Group signing in the end for this.
Do you know what? Do me a favour. Watch his highlights from this season. Yeah, you're right.
Of course, yeah.
You can put lipstick on a pig, but that pig's got cracking 2 feet and he can score goals and assist players.
What you were going to say?
I'm just a bit pessimistic because of how.
Well, you know me. I'm the first one that's going. Do you know what, lads? Let's just not get too excited. You'll end up playing for Geneva or whoever they're called, as far as we're concerned. What are they called? Genoa.
Girona.
Geneva Convention. But it's just one of them. It's just I just like the look of him, and he just looks like an absolute player. So,
how tall is he?
He looks about 5'2", to be fair.
He is 1.7 meters. What's that in English?
About 5'3".
Doesn't have a curly tail, does he?
No.
I think that's 5'6", maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
he's
5'7".
5'7". How tall was Sergio?
David Silva's 5'7".
5'7".
Oh, lads! Listen, I might be getting a little bit excited.
Yeah, I'd love to be proven wrong, but
I've had so much day nurse today. To be fair, Susan Boyle could start up front for us tomorrow, and I wouldn't notice the difference.
I guess.
Go on.
For me, this begs the question: if this is real and we are bringing him in, this looks more like for me a Pep signing of a forward player with assists, etc. Where does this leave us with a out and out striker? Are we, to Brian's point, is this more of a CFG buy, or is this
Dave, he's going to go straight out on loan to one of the sister clubs somewhere?
No, so he'll never play for us.
That'll be 12 months, which is what leads me to believe it's a club signing, City Group signing. He'll go out on loan, and if something comes of it, then we've got a great player. If not much comes of it, we're going to make some profit.
It's a funny one, isn't it, with visas as well, visa situation and all that sort of jazz. I'm not a visa specialist by any means, but it's he probably will go out to wherever he needs to do, and we'll see what happens with him. He's just one to watch, lads. Let's just see what comes of him, shall we?
Yeah.
Full credit to the guy. If he gets a move to City, he's obviously good enough to be part of the City group. But if he does go straight out on loan, I don't think he'll ever play in blue.
This is Fabrizio Romano, journalist on Twitter. Man City are confident of completing Julian Alvarez signing in the next day. It's just a matter of details, taxes and add-ons. River will receive 16 million euros guaranteed plus bonuses to be discussed, and Man City will keep Julian on loan. Not sure of that. So they will keep Julian on loan.
Yeah, I'll stay with them until
end
of their season. Which
I'm just looking at a picture of him wearing a Spider-Man mask, lifting a trophy up. He can do that any day of the week for me. Wear what you like if you're lifting a trophy up for City, pal.
Yeah.
Right, lads, that's it. Gonna love you and leave you. We've not got long left. Thank you so much for joining us. Anyone anything to add before we go?
My leg up.
Strange question.
Go on.
I don't know what's been going on in my head, but I had a very vivid
Uh-oh.
dream about
Ayo,
David
ayo,
White.
ayo. Wait
David
until
White.
it's past 9.
Hey, I'm admitting it. And we were actually on a MIB podcast. We had him on, and I asked the question to him. It was really vivid. It was strange. Does he think that he would, barring like fitness levels have improved significantly, over the last 15, 20 years, would David White be a starter in a Pep team if he was around now? I don't know, Dan, how much you have seen of, David
You lads
White,
were
but I
talking
know
about a
probably
game earlier
Tom,
that I
you
was
would have
1
done.
years old.
Yeah. What do you? Just a question. I'll put it on our Facebook page too.
I've just
David
tweeted.
White
I've just
was
tweeted
phenomenal.
him. I've just tweeted him. David White. If you got the link on Twitter, watch this. Answer Dave for us, pal, and we'll come back to you. In fact, come on the show. Come and have a chat, pal. Come and talk to us about your business ventures.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to have David White on. I think I'd be a bit starstruck, actually. I'd have to find an old picture that I've got of me and David sat outside Main Road. Got a few of them, actually.
Absolute phenomenal player, Dan. Phenomenal. Like everyone was after him
Yeah.
in the 90s, and fair play, he stayed loyal to us when he really could have got a massive move.
He scored the first goal I ever saw at Main Road.
Did he really?
Hey, love that.
When did he
Big
play?
West, I think that when I saw it was like 1989, maybe 1990. Just when they were building the kit pack.
My older brother wasn't even born around
around
that point then. So.
The kit packs
Yeah,
was
I
down
think-
to the ground. They were doing it up, but I remember him scoring, like striding down the wing like a galloping horse. He was so quick.
I can't
Yeah.
I was so
know.
amazed at the speed of him.
He
being
had
there.
he had everything, Dan. He maybe a little Jack Grealish-ish, but
Oh, so it was quite
maybe
poor
a little
then.
bit faster.
He was
phenomenal
He was
player.
rapid, and he could control. It wasn't like Darren. It wasn't like Darren Huckabee, where he's kind of a speedboat without a driver.
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Paul Lake could have the control and pace, and he could finish and he could pass. Paul Walsh with him, Beagrie.
Yeah. Come on the show, David.
Come
I'd
on,
love to talk to
David,
you.
get on the show, pal. We'll get him on. I'm going to pester you now, David White. You'll be a Tom Brunt blocked. Right, I'm going. Have a great night, lads. Come on, City.
Thank you.
Come on,
Until
boys.
we die.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, we're not doing predictions.
Oh, right. We've got 2 minutes. I'm going
3-0
for.
City.
I was going to go for 3-0. You beat me. Right, I'm going to go for 2-1. 2-1 City. Go on, Victoria.
See, this is what happens if I say a positive result, we'll lose. I'm going to do my usual 1-1.
For God's sake, man.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine, but like,
You don't
I'll
sound
take it,
it.
Dan.
You
I'll go
don't sound
1-1
it.
and we'll win.
Brian, come on, pal.
5-0.
Come on, City! Great talking to you, lads. See you soon.